Have you ever stumbled upon a verse in the Bible that just stops you in your tracks? One that feels so out of place, so strange. It sounds like it's from a completely different story for many, that verse is Genesis 6-4. It reads, "The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. Who were these Nephilim, and who were the sons of God?" This single cryptic verse has sparked thousands of years of debate, inspired countless stories, and opened up a world of mystery right in the opening chapters of the Bible. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and controversial topics in biblical history, the story of the Nephilim. Are they giants, fallen angels, or something else entirely? Let's peel back the layers and explore the theories together. To really understand the Nephilim, we have to start with the text itself. The word Nephilim appears just twice in the Hebrew Bible. The first time is in that famous Genesis 6 passage, right before the story of Noah's flood. The second is in the book of Numbers when the Israelite spies are sent to scout out the land of Canaan. Terrified, they report back, "We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." This description has led many to believe the Nephilim were giants. The Hebrew root of the word naphul means to fall, which has given rise to a whole other set of interpretations. Did they fall from the sky? Were they the fallen ones? The language itself is a clue, but it doesn't give us a definitive answer. Now let's talk about the most popular and controversial theory, the fallen angel interpretation. This idea comes from connecting the sons of God in Genesis 6 with celestial beings or angels. Proponents of this view believe that a group of angels, captivated by the beauty of human women, abandoned their heavenly posts, came to earth, and had children with them. These hybrid offspring were the Nephilim, superhuman beings, mighty and renowned, but also a source of great corruption. This theory isn't just a modern invention, it's ancient. The non-biblical Book of Enoch, a text highly influential in the Second Temple period, goes into incredible detail about this story. It names the leader of these fallen angels and describes how they taught humanity forbidden knowledge, leading to a world so wicked that God had to cleanse it with a great flood. But not everyone agrees with the fallen angel view. Another major interpretation is the Sethi theory. This perspective was championed by early Christian thinkers like Augustine. It argues that the sons of God were not angels at all, but rather the righteous descendants of Adam's son, Seth. The daughters of humans, in this view, were the ungodly descendants of Cain. The story, then, is not about a supernatural hybridization, but about the dangers of intermarriage between the faithful and the unfaithful. The righteous line of Seth became corrupted by mixing with the worldly line of Cain, and this moral decay, not a genetic one, is what prompted God to send the flood. The children of these mixed unions, the Nephilim, for mighty men of old, perhaps powerful tyrants or rulers, but fully human. This view keeps the story grounded in human history and avoids the more fantastical elements of the angel theory. A third, less common but still compelling theory is the dynastic ruler or royal interpretation. This view suggests that sons of God was a title used for kings, nobles, or powerful rulers in the ancient Near East, similar to how Egyptian pharaohs were considered divine. In this scenario, powerful tyrannical kings took whatever women they wanted for their harems, often by force. Their children, the Nephilim, would have been a ruling class of princes and warriors. They were men of renown because they were part of these powerful dynasties that dominated the pre-flood world. This interpretation reads the passage as a social critique of the abuse of power by ancient rulers, a theme that's very common throughout the rest of the Bible. It frames the wickedness leading to the flood as a problem of social injustice and tyranny, rather than a supernatural event. So we have these different theories. Fallen angels, Sethi descendants, or dynastic rulers. Which one is correct? The truth is, we don't know for sure. The text is ancient and ambiguous, and good, intelligent people have landed on different sides of this debate for centuries. What's fascinating is how each theory changes the meaning of the story. The fallen angel view presents a cosmic rebellion with supernatural consequences. The Sethite view tells a cautionary tale about maintaining spiritual purity. The dynastic ruler view offers a critique of earthly power and exploitation. Each lens gives us a different perspective on the wickedness that led to the flood. Now let's circle back to that second mention of the Nephilim in the book of Numbers. This is hundreds of years after the flood. If the flood was meant to wipe out the Nephilim and the corruption they caused, how could they still be around? This is a major puzzle. Some who hold the fallen angel view suggest that the same angelics and happened again after the flood on a smaller scale. Others believe the Bible spies in Numbers were simply exaggerating. They were scared, and they used the legendary name Nephilim to describe the intimidating giant, like people they saw in Canaan to make their .6 They were saying these guys are as terrifying as the legendary giants of old. It could have been a metaphor, a way of expressing their extreme fear. This explanation would mean the Nephilim themselves didn't actually survive the flood, but their legend did. Beyond the Bible, the idea of divine beings having children with mortals is a common theme in ancient mythology. Greek myths are full of stories of gods like Zeus coming down to have children with human women, resulting in demigods, Seven's heroes like Hercules and Perseus. The Mesopotamian epic of Gilgamesh features a hero who is 2/3 god and 1/3 man. These stories of hybrid beings, giants, and ancient heroes were part of the cultural air that the ancient Israelites breathe. It's possible that the Genesis account is engaging with these surrounding myths, offering a uniquely Israelite perspective on a common ancient motif. Instead of celebrating these hybrid beings as heroes, the Bible frames their existence sign of corruption and a reason for divine judgment. So what does this all mean for us today? The story of the Nephilim, regardless of which interpretation you favor, serves as a powerful prologue to the flood narrative. It establishes a world spiraling out of control, a world where the boundaries between the divine and the human, the righteous and the wicked, have become dangerously blurred. It sets the stage for a dramatic act of divine intervention, whether it's through a supernatural invasion, a breakdown of spiritual commitment, or the tyranny of earthly kings. The story paints a picture of a creation that has gone horribly wrong. It is a stark reminder of the chaos that ensues when creation deviates from the Creator's design. The enduring mystery of the Nephilim is what makes them so captivating. They represent the unknown, the other, that sliver of the supernatural that peeks through the pages of history. It's a story that challenges our modern tidy categories and forces us to confront the possibility that the ancient world was a far stranger and more mysterious place than we can imagine. Were they angelic hybrids, human tyrants, or simply a legend born of fear? So, we've explored three major interpretations of Genesis 6:4. The fallen angel theory, celestial beings interacting with humans, producing extraordinary offspring. The Sethite theory, human lineage gone wrong, mixing the righteous and the corrupt, creating mighty men of old. The dynastic ruler theory, human tyrants and kings shaping society, leaving a legacy of power and fear. Here's the question for you. Which of these seems most plausible? And more importantly, what does it say about humanity then and now? Genesis 6 doesn't give us all the answers. It leaves us with fragments, puzzles, and hints. But that's the point. It draws us in, asks us to question, to reflect, and to imagine the world in those days. And the mystery doesn't end here. The Nephilim appear again in Numbers, long after the flood. How could they still exist? In the next segment, we'll dive into that puzzle and uncover clues that might change everything you thought you knew about these ancient giants. Stay with me, because the story is far stranger than you can imagine.